Favorite part of my job is the repeat clientele. Even just yesterday, my phone rang with a client from 2012 who was reaching out to me to ask a question. And when that happens, I know I made a difference to them because they trust me. And that's the reward, is that my clientele become relationships for a long time. And I enjoy when they ring me back and I can pick up the phone because I know it's them and say, "Hi, Bill." And he's like, "This is Bill." "Oh, you knew that?" It's like, "Oh yeah, you still doing this? That was back in 2012. And he's like, "Wow." They remember me as much as I remember them. And that's a nice little win-win for both of us. I think building trust with clients takes some patience. It takes listening to them. And then when the conversation flips, it takes educating them. And I tell them, it's not up to me to funnel you into one loan, but it's up to me to give you options and to run through what those options are and for you to weed through them. It's up to me to educate you through the process, so when you get to the signing table, you know exactly what you're signing and why. The last thing I want is someone to go into the grocery for their first food shopping trip in their new house and have the clerk or the grocery bagger say, "Oh, my cousin's second removed wife did this and got in at 0% with zero money." And it's like, no, you're not getting the whole picture. But if you hear about a program out after closing, I want you to know, like, no, we talked about that. It wasn't right for me. You need to know what you're signing and why. So I educate. And I think the education piece is where people build trust. They appreciate that they're not just being told. I pick up a lot of referrals from the banks, actually, because the banks, people will call and say, "I applied and they told me no." And I said, "Well, did they tell you why?" "No, they just said they couldn't do anything for me." "Okay, let me give you a second opinion and let's put a plan in place." You know, if it takes steps so that 6 months, 8 months, 18 months down the line, you are eligible, then I'm still here and I can help you. So I try to find the yes. I try to help people, and I think they know that I'm not just, by the time, it kind of makes their eyes swim a little up front as I initially tried to educate them on all the details that come together and why they're important and how they're interwoven. But by the time they get to the closing table, I think they understand it a little better and they feel confident on what they're signing for.